And now, did you meet David Price when you were in Tampa? Is that who?
Yep.
How was he?
He's actually, I mean, he surprised me. Like, very intelligent guy. Just talking to him for a couple of minutes, he seemed very cool. He's actually the one who hooked me up with the tickets to that game. I was tweeting at him, and he responded saying that Joe Madden wanted to meet me because Madden's a bicyclist himself.
Awesome.
And so then before the game, I was able to meet Madden. I met Longoria and I met Price, and yeah, I mean it was pretty cool. I was definitely impressed with how smart Price was.
Yeah, and there's I don't know if you remember Chris Duncan on the Cardinals.
Yeah, for sure.
He's kind of a outfielder that St. Louis kicked out pretty much. Fan base was against him, everything. Well, he's now an analyst here, and he's actually sounds really intelligent and just a good, well-spoken guy. And you just would not guess that from his playing days, And so, athletes, I guess they're people too. Just because they're really good at sports doesn't mean they can't talk well or be intelligent. So it's
I mean you get both ends of the spectrum.
Oh, of course. I mean, yeah, Colby just got shipped out a couple days ago in his exit interview. You could just tell he is not a well-spoken guy. He's just very, I play ball. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Back to the Reds real quick. They're kind of struggling this year. Many thought they were going to take over the division and only get better from last year, but they've kind of become inconsistent with pitching and stuff. What's your take on the Reds this year? And do you think
my take is they need Heisey in the lineup every day, batting leadoff. I don't know why they have Stubbs batting leadoff. Last year, when Stubbs batted leadoff, he did awful. When they moved him back to seventh, he was killing it. Like, with the game that I saw against St. Louis, Heisey batted leadoff. He hit 2 home runs, and then the next game they put him in at seventh. Like, you had a formula that works. Stick with that formula, because a lot of it has been their run production. At least lately, I haven't been able to follow baseball as much as I would have liked to this year because more often than not, I wake up, I get on the bike, I ride, I get off the bike, I go to bed. Like, don't have a lot of time to keep up with it. But from what I've seen, they do have some pitching struggles, but that lineup is so potent, and they just need they need a good combination in there to get those runs driven in. Like, they're leaving so many guys on base, it's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm going to play you a highlight, and it kind of goes along with why don't you put Chris Heisey in the lineup more. It's what the Reds announcer said, Tom Brenneman. I think it's hilarious.
Normal start time, so here we go. Chris Heisey a charge on the very first pitch of the game, and welcome back to the lineup, Chris Heisey. Reds fans have been wondering why not more Chris Heisey.
So I just thought it was funny that you said that because
it's so true. I mean, when the guy is in, he produces. He's like, I feel he's just one of those guys that goes out there and tries so hard every day, but just isn't given his fair chance to succeed. He plays well, and then he's like, oh well, since we have 3 guys who all play left field, we're going to give Fred Lewis a shot tomorrow. It's like, no, Heisey's the man, in my opinion.
Were you able to hear that highlight?
Was I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Sometimes our
both Brennemans know what's up.
He's had some epic calls. My favorite is when against Appalachian State and Michigan, he had that call, and it was, I don't know, I feel like any big sports moment, somehow he ends up being in the announcer. I think there's a conspiracy going on.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess, yeah. But well, man, thank you so much for coming on, and you really are an epic journey. And maybe we can catch up with you sometime in a couple months, and kind of once you've been able to reflect on everything. And I'm sure, you'll have pictures or something up where you can look back and realize what you've done.
I got all sorts of pictures already. I mean, there's going to be a book in the works. Like, there's definitely plans for after after tour is over. It's not going to be just sitting on the couch drinking beer, getting
you gotta
lazy
capitalize.
I was gonna say, and then the movie's gonna come out after the book.
Right.
That's not a true story. It's gonna
That would be
called,
pretty rad.
It's gonna be called America's Trip.
With Justin
long-
Bieber.
I don't know what he looks like. I didn't say it. This guy's new. He's not my coach normally.
I would. I'd like to play myself if the movie came out. Because
ideally,
ideally they would have me biking again in the movie, and if they flew me out to some of these cool places to ride on a trail for a day again, I would have no problem with that at all.
Oh, cool.
oh, that's good. And then
documentary, then like a pseudo documentary.
And then he's just gonna sell it to corporate America, and there's gonna be action figures and bikes, and you have
your own bike,
MLB.com bikes.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about being an accountant anymore. Cause you're just gonna be repping the bike industry for the rest of your life.
Gonna hire an accountant.
It's possible.
All right. Well, once again, thank you for coming on, and have fun in the rest of your cities. And like I said, if you can, sit behind the bullpens in St. Louis.
Will do.
That's not much more tips I can give you, other than it's row 11, 589, 591, and 509. I think are the sections. So
that's pretty specific.
I've sit there a lot. So
okay, cool.
All right. Well, thank you, and once again, have a good time.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
Yep, no problem. Take it easy, guys.
Uh-huh.